papillary thyroid carcinoma.
Thyroid cancer.
Mike Flanagan has developed a body of work for Netflix that has left fans chilled to their bones year after year. Since his first series on the streaming platform, The Haunting of Hill House, the writer and director has proven his understanding of emotional gut punches and nuanced storytelling that have left all of us on the edge of our seats waiting for more. The Midnight Club doesn't quite live up to his former efforts in nuance or overall narrative quality, but it's not without its merits.
And don't put yourself and all of us in real danger.
As is the case with much of Flanagan's work, there's not a bad performance in the bunch. William Chris Sumter leads the pack with his performance as Spencer, but the rest of the young cast all understood their respective assignments. Of course, it wouldn't be a Mike Flanagan series without the Flanafam, and Samantha Sloyan of Flanagan's Hush and Midnight Mass slays as always. Other familiar faces from Flanagan's work do pop up throughout the series, but we'll save those surprises. Plot-wise, The Midnight Club doesn't have the same kind of intricate storytelling as predecessors like Hill House and Midnight Mass, but that hang-up can be attributed to being a different kind of series at first. As the show reaches its climax, though, it becomes obvious that the storytelling woes extend beyond the differences in narrative structure. The anthological format of the stories told in the titular Midnight Club starts strong. Each is engaging and gives us a glimpse of what each respective character is experiencing beyond what they let on to their friends. But the closer the series gets to the end, the more those stories start to feel like a chore. The final episode rings this bell the hardest, with much of its runtime existing outside of the present space that the members of the Midnight Club are occupying. The individual stories told in prior episodes work out because they're not taking away from the story unfolding in the present, they're adding to it. However, the finale uses the conclusion of Kevin and Ilonka's individual tales as a crutch rather than giving the series any real ending that answers any of the story's remaining questions. When the Midnight Club shines, it shines bright, which is perhaps what makes its finale and lingering runtime so frustrating. The story gives the terminally ill children all the agency that they deserve, treating them with dignity while actively calling out the stigma of AIDS, how the able-bodied treat the sick and dying, and Christianity's use of death as a cheap recruitment tool. It acknowledges how much a terminal diagnosis can force a young adult to grow, and allows the kids to throw the well-deserved tantrum when the need arises. The devastation of loss and the decision to live in spite of it all are displayed with the kind of care that Flanagan has always excelled in. It's the ghosts that make it all fall apart in the end. Dying children are a difficult subject to tackle, and luckily, that's the only part of the Midnight Club that hits the way you'd hope. The care for these characters is ever present, but the narrative that's meant to act as the series' foundation doesn't give that care or the strong cast the support that they need. It's a real bummer.
Seen or unseen, here but not here.
Mike Flanagan is a master of death and grief, and that's on full display throughout the Midnight Club. Unfortunately, the more threads the club members pull, the weaker the story gets, culminating in an unsatisfying finale that feels as if it expects it will have more time to make its point despite the 10 hours of series already feeling overlong.
Don't actually go down there.
For more spooky scaries, check out our Hellraiser review, and for everything else, stick with IGN.